Well, friends of Mundo Maldini, let's analyze what this victory of Real Madrid in Girona has been. A very important victory for Real Madrid with one standout player above the rest, which is Jude Bellingham. Although it's true that Jude Bellingham's injury, which will probably keep him out of the next match in Bergamo and maybe a few more, is quite concerning because right now, and I don't think I'm exaggerating, Bellingham is half of Real Madrid, and I'll explain why. Also, Mbappe's goal, of course he needed to score that goal. It was a good cross shot after a great pass from Luka Modric. A victory for Real Madrid that we're going to analyze right now. All right, let's go. Well, friends of Mundo Maldini, you already know that we sponsor the city of Ceuta. It has a very unique area. What we see here is the dead woman. And if you look at the mountain, it really looks like a dead woman lying on her back. And here we are, 200 meters from Morocco. These houses are already in Morocco. This is a border crossing that has been closed for many years. The border crossing that is used is much further away, obviously. And it's also a very beautiful area to visit. Everything about Ceuta, 2009, has beautiful areas to visit, picturesque, curious, wonderful. And this is one of them, to be honest. Here it is. Let's keep talking about the match, but I have to tell you honestly, you need to visit Ceuta. It's really worth it. All right, let's go, friends of Mundo Maldini. Real Madrid had a pretty weak first half. I like Girona much more in the first half than Real Madrid. Girona came out with really good pressure, a lot of intensity, and a lot of speed. I loved Asprilla. Let's take a look at the lineups. There you can see the 11 players from both teams. The most important thing for Real Madrid has been that Mbappé played as a striker after he had been consolidating or trying to consolidate to put it better. There you have the lineup on the left side. Today, Mbappé started as the center forward with Brahim on the left, a pretty clear diamond formation in midfield with Güler on the right and Bellingham behind Kylian Mbappé. And then double pivot was Valverde with Luka Modric. I really liked Luka Modric's performance, especially in the second half. Girona still has some injuries, but little by little the team is improving. However, it's clear that, for example, Miovski really lowers the team's goal-scoring ability under Mitchell, who has had some pretty good moments. And above all, we've seen a very recognizable Girona. Girona has been very recognizable with what Mitchell is looking for. They've lost some very important players, but it's a team that has combined really well, pressed at times, and in the first half, they created a lot of danger for Real Madrid. I think they outperformed Real Madrid in the first half. Girona leaves empty-handed because in the end, Madrid has an incredible striking ability. One detail I want to mention before we start talking about some players, especially from Real Madrid. Today, Ancelotti opted for Tchouaméni as a center-back. And I was watching the match because we have the program on Movistar. I was watching the game with Abelardo and Rafael Corta, two top-notch center-backs, both Spanish internationals. Honestly, it's hard to understand that right now, given how Asensio is playing in the last few matches, he chose Tchouaméni. Maybe it was because of experience. Today was a key match for Tchouaméni. If he had made some serious mistakes today, there were a couple of plays where Miovski got the better of him position-wise, but it wasn't too serious. It could have really buried Tchouaméni's chances. And after today, it's very likely that we'll see Tchouaméni in the next match in Bergamo, which is going to be absolutely crucial. You'll have the ratings tomorrow. I especially want to include Carlo Ancelotti in the video I'll make about the match ratings. I want to analyze some aspects. But why did I say Real Madrid? And I want to focus this video a bit on Jude Bellingham. Why is Jude Bellingham basically half the team right now? That's how it is. It's a reality. Madrid has some important absences without Vinicius and with Mbappé, who, it's true, had some much better moments today. That play in the second half with Modric's pass and the goal, we saw very little of the first half. He missed an incredible goal, but I think he knew he had handled the ball, so he kicked it out. But early in that play, I think he already knew it wasn't going to count. But why do I say this? Because Jude Bellingham, don't want to say he runs for everyone, because that's not it either, but he's the player with the most intensity, by far, in Real Madrid. We see him constantly participating, showing up in all areas of the attacking third, getting to the goal. He has scored 5 goals in 5 consecutive league matches in the last 5 matches. Real Madrid, Jude Bellingham has scored. Real Madrid is getting the best version of Jude Bellingham back, moving behind the striker, playing a bit more centrally. Today, there's an important detail about Jude Bellingham, which is that by playing in such a central position, he hasn't had to make such huge efforts to recover his defensive position. And I think that has positively affected Jude Bellingham and has generated a lot. He was by far the best player on the pitch. He felt that pinch, which is from the effort. In the end, Jude Bellingham is putting in a constant extra effort match after match. The other day we saw it at San Mamés, we talked about it, and it was pretty logical that at some point Jude Bellingham would feel it. Well, it happened to him in this match in the second half after scoring the first goal and after providing the assist for the second goal to Arda Güler. Now, I'll talk a bit about Arda Güler. It's a disaster for Real Madrid without Jude Bellingham. Honestly, he came off for Ceballos, But let's see how Ancelotti sets up the team in Bergamo, because Jude Bellingham is, I insist, by far the most important player for Real Madrid. Problems on the right side. Lucas Vazquez hasn't convinced me much today. Mendy has been a bit better defensively. But well, Brahim has done well. He had some good runs from that left position. I think that out of all the attacking positions, the left side is the worst for Brahim, even though he has shown up at some moments too. But like I said, Jude Bellingham's absence could be crucial. I like Luka Modric's game. Starting 2 games in a row isn't easy for him, but Carlo Ancelotti has limited options. Modric's play leading to Mbappe's goal was a masterpiece, receiving the ball, lifting his head, and making a perfect pass, giving Mbappé the time to make the right run. Valverde hasn't participated much in attack. We've seen him pretty calm in that double pivot position. And Luka Modric, the play that led to Mbappe's goal is wonderful. How? He receives the ball, raises his head, and puts the ball there for those seconds and a half, just so that Mbappe's run is correct, and they give him a perfect ball. Kylian Mbappé has been caught offside several times again, and it is something he has to improve a lot. But I think that little by little he is doing so. He scored a good goal, and it could be the start of a recovery that is clearly overdue for Kylian Mbappé. Real Madrid had a much better second half after Arda Güler's goal practically sealed the game. Then came Mbappe's goal, and by the end of the match, it was all downhill. But the first half was quite concerning for me. Real Madrid had no control and faced a lot of defensive issues. Girona really hurt them, dominating the game too easily, and they missed chances because Girona doesn't have the attacking players that Real Madrid has, obviously. In short, a victory for Real Madrid, a win they needed, bringing them closer to Barca, who drew against Real Betis. You have the video of Barca. Tomorrow you'll have a video of Atletico de Madrid and Sevilla. You'll also get a video of Tottenham, Chelsea, and of course, the ratings for this Girona versus Real Madrid match. I want to focus a lot on Jude Bellingham, Modric, Mbappé, etc. And so on. A hug. Bye, 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 bye.